in Nigeria, by extension, Africa. I am Oyiza Adi. Stay connected. The dictionary meaning of politics speaks clearly of the activities associated with the governance of a country or area, especially the debate between parties having power. Africans generally see politics as the mathematics of power, numbers, acceptance, and dominion. It is a natural order that the weak get eaten by the strong in order for the strong to get by with life, thereby making life difficult for the weak. Scientifically, power is rated at which relevant work is done using energy at a defined interval of time. Energy is the ability to get things done, while work is said to be done when a force is applied to move a body through a distance. That means, even just as it is studied and practiced in engineering mechanics and science, power is related and associated with energy, work, time, force, movement, and distance. The kind of politics we observe today in Nigeria and by extension Africa is much more forceful and energetic than it is around the world. The people are made to do the bidding of the strong and powerful at the detriment of the societal good. This can be traced both to the history of African ancestors and to the time of colonialism by the Europeans. The trace of monarchy still exists as sprinkle of kingdoms and traditional rulership can be seen all around Nigeria, existing alongside the foreign government system created by the colonial masters. Nigeria has 3 tiers of government: the legislative, judiciary, and the executive. There are also 3 arms, which are the federal, state, and local governments. All these delegations of power and responsibility exist alongside some traditional rulership institutions. But Nigerian leaders are yet to understand that to whom much is given, much sincerity, much sanity, and responsibility is expected. They have carried on the impunity and nonchalant attitude which their ancestors sold their prosperous future to the European counterparts. We can't blame a leadership who is perfect in the eye of the docile followers. Accountability and meticulous planning and spending is foreign to these leaders because their fathers and past leaders did not create such example for them to emulate. The underperformance and lackluster attitude of high-ranked leaders in Nigeria and by extension Africa can be traced to the consequence of emulating the most defeated ancestors leaders who were the initial custodians of the African land and resources. Greed, lust for power, and foolishness made them lose their grip on their God-given wealth and gave rise to the betrayers and internal conflicts that lead to the eventual fall of most African empires. Civilization started in Africa. It is recorded that African cities had street lights and great walls long before Europeans could discover how to work with their harsh climates. They have archaeological proof of great city around present-day Egypt and Ethiopia that existed and did wonders long before Europeans found the continent. The exchange that destroyed African civilization happened when spiritually inclined Africans used their ability to capture physically strong but spiritually ignorant men and women for the Europeans who took them to their community to build their future paradise for them. In conclusion, Mother Nature has a perfect way to balance terrible situation. It is just right for Africans to understand that as more people move around the world, they grew in understanding and mature in a way of thinking. The solution to the African political question is migration and immigration. Let the rich and successful African who left Nigeria move back freely into the country to set up business and create jobs, while the struggling and the weak youth find their way out to taste life in a saner climate, where infrastructure is a right and a must-have. It will be a blessing if the sons and grandkids of Elon Musk, the African, Canadian, American richest man on earth, could go back to South Africa and use their background support to create wonders in the homeland of their father and grandfathers. That's all for now. Until I come your way next time, stay connected to Nigeria Today. I am Oyiza Adi.